Okay, so I flew from Manila to Cebu. This flight is about 352 miles and it's a little over an hour. So if you're flying on Cebu Pacific, the day before they send you a thing to do an online check-in. And if you want, you can pause the video here and check. They show you the what you're not allowed to take on your carry-on baggage. It's, pretty standard for any airline. Just check in. And the total flight, for me, the cost, fees, everything was $66.39. That includes paying extra for my luggage, so I could get 32 kilos of weight, which is about a little over 70 pounds. And also paying a little bit extra so I could do seat selection and get a seat at the front of the plane with some extra leg room. So I said goodbye to the really wonderful condo I was staying in Makati, and got in a Grab the next morning and went to the Ninoy Aquino International Airport, which is the Manila airport. And so I was dropped off at Terminal 3, and the first two gates of Terminal 3 are where Cebu Pacific is located.
What airline?
Cebu Pacific.
Going to?
Cebu. Yeah. And so when you walk in, they have a bunch of spaces where you can do a self check in your baggage after you've already checked in online. And it's very simple, very straightforward. You just go up to a little kiosk, put your information in, and then it prints out the baggage slip for you. I wasn't exactly sure how to put the baggage slip on my baggage because, I don't know, the tear-off thing was weird, so this lady helped me. Okay, and so once you get the baggage slip on your thing, then you go over to another line to actually check the baggage in. And so obviously you have to weigh it first, and unfortunately my bag was half a kilo over the limit. It was coming in at 32.5 kilos.
You have exceeded 0.5.
Oh, half a kilo?
You have to remove the 0.5.
Okay.
You have to make it exactly 32.
Okay, all right.
It's like okay to you?
Yeah. I'll get out the income there.
There's parking area there.
Okay. All right.
And then go back here.
Okay, no problem. So they have a repacking area that you can go to, which is just an empty spot where you can open your bag and readjust things, which is what I had to do. Just took out a couple items and put them in my carry-on. And they have a scale over here in the repacking area where you can just weigh your bag, make sure it's not over, and I got it. I think it ended up being about 29 kilos total. So going back and checking the bag in a second time, scanned it in. The weight was totally fine, and so they accepted it, and my bag was taken off. And so the next stop after the baggage drop-off was going through security, and the security process was extremely simple, very quick, really just like any airport experience in America. You go up, you show them your boarding pass, they check your ID, make sure everything is good, and then they let you right on through. The airport was busy, but the security line was short, and getting through took, a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes. You have to take your laptop out, cameras, electronics, but you can leave your shoes on and you just walk through a metal detector. They don't have the whole naked body scanning thing that they do in America. And then once you get through security, you're in the terminal. And the terminal is just one big, long hallway, seats in the middle, stores and restaurants on the side, and then eventually gates on the sides. And so I was walking along. My flight had not been assigned a specific gate yet. They actually don't assign the boarding gate to you until maybe an hour or so beforehand. Like, as you can see, some of these flights have boarding gates, but a lot of them, it says to be announced, and those flights are going out, within an hour, hour and a half. And so my boarding gate was actually not assigned until maybe 45 minutes before the flight actually left. So as you can see, once they announced boarding, everybody started to line up, and we actually were not going straight onto the plane. Most flights from the terminal, go straight onto the plane. But at least here on the lower level, you get on a bus first, and then the bus takes you to the plane. So it took about 10 minutes or so to get through the line here and finally get checked in and allowed to pass through and get onto the bus. But I got on the bus fairly early and was actually able to get a seat. So I sat here at the back and I didn't have to stand with some of the other people. And then we were driven over to the airplane. It was 2 or 3 minute drive, very quick. So we lined up underneath the hot sun and boarded the plane. After about 5 minutes, I was on, and my seat right here was 1F, which happens to be by the window over here on the left. And as you can see, someone is sitting in my seat. So I just checked to make sure I had the seat right. Yes.
1F?
Yeah. Is that one?
Excuse me, what seat number po tayo, ma'am? Dito po tayo sa kabila.
I can see it here. Okay. I can see it here. Then, okay.
Are you okay, sir? You're seated in the middle.
In the middle? Okay.
Would you rather have the window?
It's fine.
Thank you, because my sister is here. Can I have the window? Okay.
Yeah.
还有个是一起的吗？对，那两个是一起的。然后那个女的是这个位置。Are you sure? 这个男的要从这个位置吧？对，这个女的他俩挨着。
So I ended up getting in my seat. It wasn't a big deal. The lady was really nice. She was very apologetic. And so yeah, after waiting for a little bit, they finally closed up the door, and we were off to taxi around the runway. And we actually were kind of like parading around the runway for what seemed like a long time. Like, honestly, I think it was like half an hour. We were just cruising around on the runway. But finally, right around 11:35 a.m., the plane took off, and we were leaving Manila and heading right to Cebu. And I noticed off the coast as we were flying, all these sort of like rectangular areas in the water that are kind of sectioned off. I don't know if that's some kind of like farming areas, like fish farming or what. I'm sure somebody in the comments can tell me what exactly that is, but I thought it looked really interesting. So on the flight, food and drinks and everything is an extra cost. They don't have any complimentary beverages or anything. So here's the full menu if you want to pause the video and see what options they have and how much they cost. And if you want an entire meal, you have to order that online before you get on the flight. And so after an hour, we landed at the Cebu airport. Having the front seat was nice. I got off very quickly. Made my way into the Cebu airport and went to baggage claim. And baggage claim did not take very long. The bags started coming out after maybe less than 10 minutes of waiting there. And after maybe 5 minutes or so, my bag came out and I got it. And so then after you get your bag, you exit to the arrival area. And this is actually a really nice area with a lot of restaurants and places to sit and directions to where you need to go. I was hungry and I had some time to kill before I could check into my new place. So I got some food. I got some lechon. So here's the menu. Once again, airport with extremely reasonable prices. And for foreigners that do not know, lechon is just roasted pig. It's like a very popular Filipino dish. This was actually the first time I had lechon. It was extremely good. The meat is super good and juicy, and then you have like the skin, and it's like nice and crisp, and just it's really good. I need to get some more. And the rice came wrapped up in this little thing that I had to unwrap. I'm not sure if I did it properly. I don't know if you're supposed to just unwrap a little bit and then eat it like this, but I just unwrapped the whole thing and then went at it with a fork that I had. Good rice, extremely good lechon. Watching this now, I'm getting hungry. I might have to go get more of this for lunch today. And so after eating my food and waiting until time that I could check in, I ordered a Grab from the airport to where I'm staying in IT Park, which is an area in Cebu. So the Cebu airport is actually on Mactan Island, which is sort of like a separate island right next to where Cebu is. And you have to drive over a bridge to get to the main island where Cebu is. And so the Grab from Cebu Airport to IT Park was 317 pesos, which is once again just a little over $5. And the drive was maybe half an hour, if I'm remembering correctly. And so I got dropped off at the Avida Tower 1, and I was supposed to meet my Airbnb person in the lobby here. And so I go in, I'm trying to find out where she is. And so I'm texting her and just see what happens here. Watch this conversation play out. This is the Vita Reala Tower 1 lobby.
Sir, this is the Avila Towers Reala. Reala is a different building.
Oh, it's a different building?
Yeah.
Where
But it's a walking distance here.
Okay.
Yeah, just go there, and for the corner, you see McDonald's right there. Turn left side.
Okay. All right. So I'm staying at the Avida Reala Tower 1, and I got dropped off at the Avida Tower 1, which are two different locations, but fairly close to each other. So I ended up having to walk with my 70-pound suitcase rolling on the sidewalk through the city for about 10 minutes or so to get to where I was actually staying. Finally, I got there and I got checked in, and this is the Airbnb I'm staying at. 28 nights, just a little over $600 for the full everything, fees and everything included. Nice one-room studio condo. I don't have a balcony this time, but I do have a really nice view of the mountains here. So if you're familiar with this area, definitely feel free to recommend in the comments places that I should go and see. And thank you so much, everybody that's watching. I really appreciate it.